How's it going, everyone? We're here to check out the top skins submitted to the workshop this week. For anyone that's new to this, that does not mean all of these skins are in the game yet or ever will be. These are just my top recommendations of skins that were added in this week. So, first off, we're going to jump right into this cool burlap head wrap. It is a slime monster. This is the slime head wrap by Red Rex. And yeah, it's got these crazy kind of like swamp monster eyes. And the whole thing just kind of looks like it's made out of, you know, swamp algae kind of thing. And it does have that vibe that it might glow. But unfortunately, as you can see, it does not. Next up, we've got some boots to check out. It is the Wild Hide Shoes by Vincent. And yeah, we saw the hide vest and shorts the other week. So now we've got some boots to go along with it. And they're just so beautifully done. I hope that maybe Hulk goes back and takes a look at this set, because it is definitely something I can see a lot of people wanting to use. I know hide isn't worn too often, but in the early part of the game, a lot of people do use it. You find it a lot. And it'd be nice to have some nice skins for those. Next up, we've got a hoodie and pants set for you. These are the Ghost hoodie and pants by Ideal. And yeah, it has kind of some white stripes reminiscent of kind of like a running set. But it's got its own kind of like snow camo kind of going on with the white. And then it's got a kind of another camo pattern going on with the dark part of it. And it kind of has like a very plain look to it, but it has enough details. You know, it's like one of those things, like from afar, it's very generalized colors, but then up close, it still has some nice detail to it. You know, I can see a lot of people liking it for that reason. Next, we've got another hoodie and pants set for you. This is the Hooligan set by Algorithm. And yeah, it's got another kind of like another jumper runner kind of vibe to it, but it's been armored up a little bit. You can see there's some shoulder pads, and down here, there's some knee pads and so forth. And then it has a very kind of like windbreakery material kind of thing going on here in the middle, if you know what I mean. Yeah, windbreakers, if you know what they are, you can hear them. And then up top here, it's got some kind of, you know, eyes and shark mouth kind of thing going on. Kind of reminiscent of BAP. I don't know if that's a little bit too close to their eyes and so forth. Have to be careful with copyright stuff, so that's definitely something Hulk and team will have to look into if they consider this one. But altogether, definitely a cool looking set. Next up, we've got version 2 of the Steel Rib set by M Demon. And yeah, this version has been colored up, so maybe they're hoping some bright kind of colors might grab the attention of Hulk this week. It's definitely a beautifully sculpted set, so it would be cool to see this one make it in game. And yeah, you can see they kind of gave it like a necromancer kind of like green purpley thing kind of going on, with hints of pink. And yeah, that definitely, I think, fits the set quite well. Next, we got something for the more tactical people out there. It's a continuation in Vlax's Forest Raider set with the Forest Raider high qual set, and it's everything you would expect from it. You've got a nice military flak vest with forest camo, and then we've got a very strappy looking mask to go along with it. And yeah, I like that. It kind of just makes it different from a lot of the other masks, and gives it its own thing. And the back here, we've got more straps, of course, because, you know, this set, lots of straps. Definitely one I could see a lot of people liking for the tactical. Last but not least, we've got a friendly shark set for you by Kenzie. And yeah, I don't know if sharks are too friendly, but one thing I do like are these kind of like breathing holes put in here. And then the eyebrows on the shark is just hilarious. Definitely love that. Kind of have some like gill markings on the side there. You've got kind of like a fin raised up kind of idea there on the back, which is cool. And yeah, just definitely creatively done. It kind of looks like someone's idea for maybe like a paintball armor or something. One way or another, definitely see a lot of people digging this if it made it. Next up, we've got our deployables. Starting out with this one right here, we've got the Mummy Sleeping Bag by Bad Trip, and the whole thing just looks like a bunch of old bloody, dirty wraps. And yeah, that is definitely something that would fit into this game. Not the nicest looking sleeping space, but hey, in Rust sometimes you can't be choosy, right? Moving on, we've got 2 furnaces for you, starting out with this one right here. This one has kind of a sea and fossil theme to it. This is the Fossil Furnace by La Crempe. And yeah, you can see there's a beautiful coiled up fossil there on the top. You've got some more ammonites along the side, some sea stars, all sorts of stuff going on. Some trilobites here and there and stuff. And the one lights up right there in the middle, which is quite beautiful. Next, we've got this crazy furnace over here. Look at this one. This is the Forest Spirit by Jessen, and this one has been sculpted out so amazingly. It has all these cool kind of like little runes, and then it has this crazy like treant going on with it with this green glow. The whole thing is just absolutely amazing looking. Next, we've got a rug for you. It's a continuation in the nautical set by Morpheus, and, well, therefore is the nautical rug. And, yeah, definitely with all the sea stuff coming up, it's definitely a smart time to bring this set back up. A lot of people seem to like the one piece that did make it in, so, hey, it could definitely be a good time for that. And rugs are always something that's welcomed by a lot of the community. Next, we've got some doors for you. Starting out with this one right here, we've got a bone cage door. We got the bone cage box, so maybe we'll be seeing the door as well. Go ahead and take a look at the back here. We've got a skull pinned right there under the door handle, and a bunch of bones just kind of tied on. Definitely a very simplistic design that looks quite well. Next over here, we've got a continuation in the water closet set with individual male and female, or women's and men's, I should say, doors. So here's the women's room one. The male one is, well, pretty much men's room is going to be blue and with dude. So there you go. Pretty much the same thing there. Go ahead and just show off the one. Next over here, we've got something that looks like it's made out of a bunch of cut up Lego pieces. This is the Constructor Door by Positive. And, yeah, well, it is what it is. It's rainbowy, it's Lego-y, and there it is. Next, we've got a lizard for you, and there's some beautiful little glow bugs around it. This is the Rare View Door, and, yeah, it's got this kind of look to it where it looks like a carved leaf, and then you've got the lizard, and the glow version has these little glow bugs, which we'll be sure to show at night. Then we've got a UFO over here for you. This one is the UFO door by Vitalik, and it is basically, you know, looks like it's riveted on metal pieces, carved, and then it has this kind of like asteroid around the edges, which I think is quite a cool effect as well. Over here, we've got some more ocean stuff. We've got a shark straight up eating the new submarine. This is the Hungry Shark sheet metal door, and man, that is a big shark. I hope they aren't that big in the game when they add them. That'll be something. Next, the very popular door now has a double door version with the surveillance room double door. So there you go. This is one that has a very beautiful light at night, which I think is what made the first one so popular. It can really help you see around your base at night and locate those doors. So this is definitely something I could see a lot of people wanting to get in this next week. Over here, we've got something a little more colorful. This is the puffy metal double door. Comes in a silver and black version, and this version has all sorts of a rainbow paint drip kind of going on all over it. Definitely is a very cool looking effect, and I could see a lot of people liking it just for that. Next, we've got one garage door for you. This one has a big hanging light in the front of it. This is the Tropics Land garage door by Disney. And, yeah, not Disney, just the person's name Disney, don't be confused. And, yeah, this one just has a really, really cool design. I love the wavy parts and so forth to it. And it's definitely quite cool looking. Next, we've got two armor doors for you, starting out with this one, which looks really actually armored up. This is the emergency armored door, and yeah, just look at this thing. It really looks tough, something that fits into Rust, and I like the enter and exit on the door hatch. That's definitely a very cool little thing. And then over here, we've got something, man, it looks like a cage full of skulls. Almost like hooded skulls, actually. It's definitely very, very unique. This is the Bronze Skull door by Kiva, and yeah. Man, look at that. Check out this side here. And there we have it. So let's go ahead and hit the lights. Take a look at the glow on some of these here. Lights. There we go. So there's that enter and exit. Very useful for bases. And look at that glow there. How cool is that? Very unique. Then again, here's that beautiful glow. It looks so nice as double door. There's that shark. Our little lizard friend. We sail all the way down here to the furnaces. Look at that. That's so cool. Love the outlines along the fossils. I think that's a cool effect as well for night. There we have it. Alright, let's jump into our weapons and tools, starting out with this rock right here. It's a pretty simple idea, but hey, I haven't really seen it done that much before. This is the styrofoam rock by Call Me Tommy, and well, it is what it is. It kind of looks like a giant chunk of cauliflower or styrofoam. I don't know, you can pretend which way it is. One or another. Very, very different idea. Next, speaking of different, we've got this guy right here. This is the Handmade Chad rock by Vase. And yeah, this is somewhere between, I don't even know, creative and terrifying. I'm just going to leave you with that. Yup. Next up, we've got some tools for you. These stone tools are part of the Shimmering set by MM. And yeah, we've seen quite a few other pieces get accepted, so I wouldn't be surprised to see these make it in this week. Of course, with every hatchet, you have to have a matching pick. And here it is. Next, we've got a combat knife for you, and this one is a continuation in the holographic set by Milo, who's also pretty well known for the tempered set as well. This one is definitely very cool, and I can see a lot of people liking it. We haven't seen too many knife skins for a while, but it's not the most popular skinned item either, so we'll just have to see how that one goes there. Next in this line, we've got a bow for you, and this one has two versions, a gold and a silver one. I wanted to show the gold because the gold looked just a little more different. We've got kind of a lot of silvery or metallic bows lately, and I think this kind of gold color with the wood kind of just looks a lot nicer and different. So there we have it there. And of course, the name for this is the multi-layer bow. So there you have that. Next, we've got a crossy for you, and this one has a very temple-y feel. This is the Ancient Relic crossbow by Dukes. And yeah, you can definitely see why it's called the Ancient Relic. I also love the purple with this. It contrasts with the gold coloring really well, and I think adds to making this look a little different from a lot of the other similar kind of golden-looking stuff out there. Next, we've got a pumpy for you. We don't see pump shotgun skins too often, and this one's really cool. It's really meant to look like a Gauss weapon. So it's, of course, called the Gauss pump shotgun. You can see the wire coils and so forth going through it, and yeah, I think it's a cool little premises, and makes a really unique looking skin. Aiming down the sights here, you've got kind of a rusty yellowy tip, and a little bit of a electricity kind of symbol there to go along with the whole kind of Gauss idea. Definitely quite unique. Next, we've got a couple SARs for you, continuing with V2 of the Hypnotic SAR. They've gone for more of a purple kind of pearlescent thing going on here. It has some similarities to Tempered, but is its own color as well. Definitely a cool addition. Maybe this color will grab Pelk's attention, and we'll just have to see how that goes. Next, we've got another SAR for you, which is also a version 2. This is the Starry Night SAR by Shia Asleep. And yeah, it's gotten some additions, a little more details to the color. It has this really kind of plasticky toy kind of look to it now. And I think that really complements the color scheme of it. And goes much, much better. You aim down the sights here, you've got some bright yellow against that blue to really contrast it. And you got a nice star there on the back. Do the reload. And take one more glance at it there. Next, we've got an MP5 for you, and this is a continuation and PSE's 3D printed idea. And this is the 3D printed MP5. And yeah, I think it's a really cool idea. I love the kind of look to it. It's very, very different. And it has a similarity to kind of like the toy guns, but it looks completely different, which I think is cool. You know, it has that same plastic kind of feel, but it is so very different. Next, we've got an AK for you, and no, this isn't the default one. You take a look at it and you're like, wait, this is very, very different, but also very similar. This is the militaristic AK by Ted, and as you can see, it's really just kind of a changed up version of the default AK. It doesn't really look too much like a shovel anymore. And then we've got these kind of awesome red dots. They aren't glowing, of course, but yeah, definitely a nice kind of repaint of the AK and redesign to make it look kind of more modern but still really worn. Next up, we got a couple more AKs for you, starting out with this pirate one right here. This is a Lost Pirate AK by Lodi, and as you can see, there's this pirate skeleton dude, you know, looking over the edge there. He's got a compass, he's looking for something, and in the background we've got a rust lighthouse, and looks like some sunken rust boats as well. Aiming down the sides here, has some like flaking paint and so forth. It really does kind of look like a crusty piece of something off of a ship, which is quite cool. And we'll go ahead and do a reload there. Next, we've got another AK. Like I said, we've got a few this week. This one is a continuation in the Centurio set by Stenson, and this one does have a glowing and a non-glowing version, so we'll be sure to show you the glow at the end. Aiming down the sides here, you've got some silver tips against kind of like the iron kind of gray, which really contrasts quite well. Next, we've got another AK for you, and this one is all sorts of starry constellations. This is the Constellation AK by Freddy. There is also a stockless version, I believe. Or no, they're both stockless, sorry. There's a glowing and non-glowing version. So we'll be sure to show the glow. And as you can guess, it's of course the beautiful stars and constellations. Aiming down the sides here, you've got a moon and some stars. And let's do that reload. Next, we've got another AK. This one's got a crazy raven on the side. This is the Mystical Raven AK-47 by Zinc, and it does have a glow and a non-glow version. So yeah, the glowing one definitely would give you away quite a bit, but looks really cool, so I'll be sure to show you. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some silver tips against kind of the iron sights, and a glowy raven. Next, we've got a continuation in the Jade set with the Jade AK. And as you can see, it continues with all the contrast of the beautiful red up against the jade and gold. And some magnificent details of the carvings. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a beautiful flower carved into the jade. And then the sights have a little bit of everything. They're gold, green, and a nice red tip. Next, we've got an M39. We don't see M39 skins too often, so it's always good to see one. This is the Rising Moon M39. And yeah, I think White did a great job on it here. It definitely stands out and is quite a beautiful M39. Aiming down the sights here, got some beautiful stars and moon, and a nice kind of like goldish faded ring. Last, we've actually got a L96 for you, so let's go ahead and pull that one just straight out. And there we go. It's a continuation in the lightweight set, and as you can see, aiming down the sights, there's not really too much going on. So we're really just going to go ahead and strap on that scope and pull it back out. There you go. Boom. Look at that. Definitely a beautiful L9. I like the giant ammo written on there. And go ahead and do a reload. And yeah, that does it, guys. So, which ones are going to hope to make it in this week? Sound off down in the comment section below. As always, any kind of feedback you can give, I will make sure it gets to the right people if I can, with my best ability. As always, you guys stay rusty. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back on Thursday to see which ones made it in. Thanks for watching.